Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, Fragrance Fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews at $40-ish and $100 range, and most of these are a lot less than that. Good number of these you find at your local rack stores, and thank you guys so much for commenting. A lot of you guys have been commenting, leaving all kinds of different comments, and I really like it. I'm open-minded, I take it all in and stuff, so I appreciate you guys. The fragrance I'm talking about today is no stranger to the rack stores whatsoever. It's one of the cheapest that you can find there, and I'm talking about the line of Cuba, and this one in particular is red. And as with all of these Cubas, they come in that cheesy little cigar thing. You can actually see the juice level. You can't tell on the camera, but you can see the juice level through these things if you hold them up to the light. The lid is incredibly flimsy and cheap, and the atomizer itself is far better than expected. Not like super good, but I'd say it's a solid average or a little bit better. So I'm going to go over the notes with you guys, let you know what I think about this fragrance personally and what I smell out of this thing. There is woody notes, oak moss, spiciness, and tobacco. One thing that I thought for sure was going to be in this thing, it must be the spiciness. It must be the spicy mixed with the tobacco somehow that is making this thing have a certain profile that I thought that it really had. And I thought this thing was loaded with juniper berries, much like Issey Miyake Dissy Low Blue. This thing is fantastic. You can see all the fingerprints on it. This thing is just a lovely juniper dominant fragrance. Very loud, very long lasting. This thing has a lot of similarity to that. This thing is more suited for cold weather. This thing works good all year round. This is fresh enough for the summer, but we're talking about this one. So nobody said this reminded them of that. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't understand why, because to me there's a lot of similarities. I spend a lot of time with that one, and I've spent a decent amount of time with this guy right here. And it doesn't barely share any of the same notes. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know, like I said, if it's the spiciness and the tobacco, it's just mild tobacco. There's not a lot in here, but it is there. You can detect it. There's even some leatheriness, some smokiness, some earthiness. This is very mature. It's not going to be good for the youth. I mean, there might be some kids out there that will like this, but for the most part, it's going to be a mature type of fragrance. If this is the type of scent profile that you enjoy, you could dress this up. It's more of a daytime type of a dress up than an evening, if that makes sense, in the cooler weather, early days of spring, fall. If this thing lasted a little longer, I would say it would be good for like the winter. This is quite loud, quite sharp, quite synthetic. I thought for sure that the performance would be even better than what it is. It's not bad. The performance is about 5 hours. It's right at average, but typically the cooler weather fragrances last a little bit longer, but this thing's like $6, so it's one of those cases you get what you pay for. It's not, I mean, you're actually kind of getting a little bit more than what you paid for overall. You gotta like this kind of scent profile, or you will hate this thing. I'm just gonna put that out there, because this thing is sharp, loud, synthetic, like I said. Not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's cup of tea. But I can see how some people would love this thing. Really, really love it, especially for the price point. Overall rating, I'll give it a 4.5. Now, that's not bad. 4 is right at that tipping point to where it starts being like bad smelling. 4.5, it's decent. Ain't bad smell. 5 hours on performance, right at average. So I'll give it a 4.5 because it smells okay. Doesn't smell to me quite as good as an average smelling fragrance. Just because it's so synthetic. Just because if it was more polished, then this would easily be a 5 on my scale. But I got this in the gift set of 4 for $20. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad about it. I wear this thing. I wear it out of the shower. I kind of enjoy it because I love the way this thing smells. So if I don't want to spray this and just kind of get that ballpark or that kind of a feel with that sharpness with, I think has like juniper berries in this thing, I'll go ahead and squirt this. And yeah, it's not a loss. So if you are not afraid of sharp, loud, synthetic fragrances, then don't be afraid to buy the gift set of 4 with this. Don't be afraid to buy it anyhow. It's $20. You're gonna have 1 or 2 in there that you probably like a lot. So that's my final thoughts of Cuba Gold, or Cuba's Red. Yeah, Cuba Gold is one of the ones that gave this thing, this whole brand, a little bit of a hype, huh? So y'all take it easy, be blessed, take care of yourself always, and until next time.